The obsidian arena stretched across the crystalline floor of the Zathori battleship, its surface etched with the names of 1,000 defeated warriors. Commander Aliana of the Zathor Imperial Guard stood at its center, her forearms crossed in a gesture of supreme confidence. Her crimson scales gleamed under the violet lighting, each one a testament to her countless victories across 17 star systems. "This is your champion." Aliana's voice echoed through the chamber, her translator converting her chittering language into something the humans could understand. "This soft thing." James Mitchell stepped onto the arena floor wearing nothing but standard Earth military fatigues and combat boots. No armor, no exoskeleton, no plasma shield. His brown hair was slightly disheveled, and his expression remained remarkably calm for someone facing a warrior who had personally defeated the champions of 43 species. "That's me," James said simply, rolling his shoulders. "Ready when you are." The Zathori Council watched from elevated platforms surrounding the arena. This duel would determine everything: whether humanity would be accepted into the Galactic Coalition as equals or enslaved as a conquered species. The Zathori had issued the challenge, as was their custom with every new spacefaring race they encountered. Humanity had foolishly accepted, at least that's what every alien in the room believed. "You may choose your weapon first," Aliana said, gesturing toward the wall where hundreds of implements of combat hung. Energy blades, plasma rifles, graviton hammers, molecular disruptors, the arsenal of 100 worlds. James walked past them all. He stopped at the far end and selected 2 items: a simple composite staff, approximately 6 feet long, and what appeared to be a length of rope. The Zathori Council chittered with what could only be amusement. Their translator boxes filled the air with synthesized laughter. Aliana selected her traditional weapons for curved energy blades, one for each hand, their edges shimmering with enough power to slice through reinforced durist. She had killed the Thraxian Berserker King with these blades. She had bested the triple mind of Zip. This human would be another name added to the arena floor. "Begin." The head counselor announced. Aliana moved with frightening speed, her 4 blades creating a whirlwind of deadly energy. She had analyzed human physiology: their single-axis spine, their limited range of motion, their pathetic reaction times compared to proper warrior species. This would be over in seconds. James didn't move like she expected. As she closed the distance, he stepped sideways with an efficiency that seemed impossible for his bipedal frame. The staff in his hands became a blur, deflecting one blade, then another, using minimal movement to redirect maximum force. "Interesting," Aliana hissed, pressing her attack. Her forearms worked in perfect coordination, a combat style honed over 3 decades of warfare. But James wasn't there. He flowed like water, his movements economical and precise. The staff cracked against her wrist, not hard enough to break through her scales, but enough to send jolts of pain up her arm. Then he was behind her, the staff sweeping her legs. Aliana caught herself with her lower arms, spinning and slashing in a devastating counterattack. James rolled under the blades, the rope suddenly in his hands. It whipped out, wrapping around one of her energy blades and yanking it from her grip with a technique that seemed to use her own strength against her. The arena fell silent. "You rely on strength and multiple limbs," James said, his breathing still steady. "That's good, but you've never fought an enemy who spent 10,000 years learning how to beat opponents bigger, stronger, and better armed than themselves." Aliana roared and charged again, her remaining 3 blades seeking his flesh. James met the charge, but not with retreat. He moved into her attack range, too close for her blades to be fully effective. The staff struck her elbow joint, then her knee, then the soft tissue under her jute strike, precisely targeted at nerve clusters and weak points that shouldn't have been visible through her armor-like scales. But humans had spent months studying Zathori physiology. James knew exactly where to hit. The rope became a weapon again, tangling her arms, binding her weapons. When Aliana tried to use her superior strength to break free, James used momentum and leverage, techniques refined through millennia of martial arts evolution: judo, aikido, Brazilian, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Every human combat sport had been studied, catalogued, and synthesized for this moment. Aliana found herself on the ground, 3 of her 4 arms immobilized. James's staff pressed against her throat with just enough pressure to make breathing difficult but not impossible. "Yield," he said quietly. Pride warred with reality in Aliana's mind. She had never yielded, not once in 3 decades. But she also recognized something she had never encountered before: complete and total control. This human could have killed her a dozen times over. Every strike had been measured. Every movement had been calculated. "I yield," she whispered. The arena erupted in chaos. The Zathori Council rose to their feet, their chittering now filled with shock and disbelief. James stepped back immediately, offering his hand to help Aliana up. She stared at the offered hand for a long moment before taking it. She asked simply. James smiled. My species isn't the strongest. We're not the fastest. We don't have natural armor or multiple limbs or energy manipulation. But we've fought each other for our entire existence. Every disadvantage we have, we've learned to overcome. We've turned weakness into technique. We've made an art form out of survival. He handed her back her energy blades. We call it being human, he continued, and we've gotten pretty damn good at it. Aliana looked at this strange, soft creature with new eyes. The Zathor had conquered through strength. They had never needed to be clever because they had always been the apex predators. But humans had clawed their way up from the bottom of the food chain. The Council will grant humanity equal status in the Coalition, Aliana said formally. Then, quieter, would you teach me your techniques? James grinned. Absolutely. But I warn you, it's going to hurt. Human training doesn't believe in going easy. For the first time in 30 years, Commander Aliana of the Zathori Imperial Guard felt something she had thought she'd forgotten: excitement for a challenge. She might not win, and as she watched the human walk away, staff over his shoulder, she realized that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology or firepower, it was the fact that they had never been allowed to give up.